Waiting for motivation feels responsible, reasonable, like you're being patient instead of reckless. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Every day you wait for the right feeling, you aren't just postponing a task, you're rehearsing an identity. I am someone who only moves when conditions are perfect, and identities, once practiced long enough, harden. This is Chris. Chris isn't lazy. That matters. Chris believes in motivation. He believes that when the feeling arrives, everything will finally make sense. Behind Chris's desk, taped to the wall, is a photo. A younger Chris, standing straighter, eyes sharper, back when action came before hesitation. Tonight, Chris sits down to work, laptop open, task waiting. He doesn't start. He leans back slightly, shoulders tense. I'm just not in the right headspace. So he waits. Chris checks his phone, just for a minute. The screen lights up. The pressure eases. Inside the scroll, nothing is demanded. No proof, no standard, no risk. Motivation doesn't live here. Comfort does. Chris tells himself he's being patient, but what he's really doing is practicing delay. Days pass. We see it happen. A quiet time lapse. Same desk, same chair, same phone placement. Each day, the photo on the wall fades slightly more. At the edges of the frame, something else appears. Translucent shapes at first. Unsent emails, unopened documents, unstarted ideas. They hover near Chris. By the end of the week, they're heavier, more solid, crowding the room. Chris's posture changes. His shoulders sink forward. His neck bends. A single key now hangs around his neck. Heavy, dull. It doesn't open anything. It just reminds him. Chris feels exhausted at night, not from effort, from carrying. Every task he didn't start didn't disappear. It stayed, waiting, and waiting has weight. The task on the screen hasn't changed, but now it feels sharper, judging. So Chris waits for motivation even harder, because motivation feels like permission. Here's the trap. Motivation doesn't come before action, it comes after. But Chris learned the opposite. He learned to move only when conditions felt safe. So when the feeling isn't there, he waits. And waiting feels harmless. No failure, no embarrassment, but also no movement. One night, something external happens. Chris reaches for his phone. The screen stays black, dead. The room goes quiet, uncomfortable quiet. In the darkness, Chris looks up and notices the wall. Not the photo, the dust. A faint outline where his phone has been placed, picked up, placed again. Same spot, day after day. Avoidance etched into the wall. He doesn't think about the pattern, he sees it. Chris looks at the photo. It's still there, but it's become something else. A comparison, a measurement he keeps failing. So Chris stands up, takes the photo off the wall, and turns it face down. Not to forget who he was, but to stop negotiating with who he thinks he should already be. The wall is blank now. Chris sits back down. The room feels lighter, not easier, just quieter. He doesn't wait for motivation. He doesn't ask how he feels. He opens the file. Not to work, to write one sentence. Not for the task, for himself. I am someone who starts without permission. The sentence is messy, uneven, but it exists, and that's enough. Here's what no one tells you. Waiting for motivation trains your brain to expect comfort first. Starting without it trains your brain to trust you again. Motivation follows trust, not the other way around. So don't wait for the feeling after this video. Tonight, do this. Turn the photo face down. Create a blank space where comparison used to live, and write one sentence. Not about the task, about the story you're telling yourself now. Because the longer you wait for motivation, the longer you practice being someone who waits. And you don't need a feeling to change that. You just need one piece of evidence that you already can.